Hi guys, welcome to another video. Today I'm going to be sharing with you guys 5 tips to help you get started selling your artwork as a beginner artist. Hey guys, it's Rhiannon from RMH Art. If you're new here, please consider subscribing for more art related content, and without further ado, let's jump into these top 5 tips. Also, make sure you stay to the end because I do have an extra tip that will help you guys out. So the first tip for today is to put yourself out there. I know this seems super obvious, but it is super important. If no one sees your art, then no one can buy your art. Some ways to put yourself out there when you're first getting started is some local markets, local group shows, local events. For an example, I participated in a group art show. I think I had 3 pieces there. I did not sell a single piece at this group art show, but I decided to go to like a party afterwards with my cousin and meet her friends. By putting myself out there, not only in the art sense of going to the group show, but also in going and meeting new people. I was talking about my art with a lady that was there, and she ended up buying a $700 painting off me the next day. So by putting yourself out there, you never know what's going to happen. Another great way to get your art out there in today's day and age is social media, whether that be Facebook, Pinterest, Instagram, YouTube, TikTok. There are so many platforms now that are fantastic for getting your art in front of people, growing an audience, and building your art business. There are so many videos that tell you how you can grow an audience on these social media platforms, but something to remember is that it doesn't happen overnight. Unless you're like ridiculously lucky. It's something that takes time, and just building an art career and building your art business and getting those art sales is something that just takes time in general. So you need to be patient and just committed, and yeah, just be along for the journey, and remember that the reason you started making art is because you love it and you enjoy it. And the second tip that I have for you guys today is to research your prices. When you first get started as an artist, it can be really hard to know what sort of price to put on your artwork. Something that I did when I first got started was that I had to look at other artists that were at the same level as what I was, so they were just getting started. Maybe they had similar artwork to me, quite colorful or bright, and make sure you're looking at the sizes of the artworks and the prices that they have on them. And this will give you a good indication as to where you should sort of be pricing your artwork. You don't want to set your prices ridiculously high, but you also don't want to set them too low. You want to make sure that you're covering your costs and your time as an artist. Don't undervalue yourself. This is something that I did a lot at the beginning. As you progress in your art career, you can always increase your prices, but something that you definitely do not want to do is to decrease your prices. You don't want to have someone that's paid, X amount for a painting this big, and then all of a sudden 6 months later seeing you like sell a painting the same size for half the price. It just doesn't make any sense. And the third tip is to have a body of work. There's nothing worse than finding a new artwork or a new artist and being so excited about their art, and then you go to their social media page and they have like 2 posts or like 1 piece of artwork. I know we all start from somewhere, but if you're going to be showing your work, say at a group show, or you're going to start trying to selling your artwork, you want to make sure that you have a body of work so that when people go and look at your artwork, if they're interested in buying it, there is quite a few pieces there. It shows that you have like a sense of your style, a sense of direction as who you are as an artist. And it also gives them something to be excited about because they can see what work you've done in the past and what work you're doing now, and yeah, get them excited about what's to come. Also, by having a body of work, this obviously increases your chance of being able to sell artwork. And the fourth tip today is to think about where you're going to sell your artwork. What platform are you going to use? And what I mean by that is, are you going to have a website where you sell your artwork, or are you going to have like an Etsy store? When you first get started as an artist, most of the time we don't have a lot of money to put into say building a website or anything like that. Having a website and maintaining a website is a bit of work. There is a bit of money that goes into it, so Etsy is honestly a great starting point if you just want to get started selling your artwork with low costs. I do have a previous video if you'd like to check out me talking about some pros and cons of having a website versus an Etsy store. I will link that up the top, and I will also link that down below if you want to check that out. And the fifth tip that I have today for you guys is something that I used to do, is something that I still do now, and it's something that I'll still do in the future. And that is to ask questions. Don't be afraid to ask questions, ask for help, ask for advice from people that are further along than you, because honestly, it can save you a lot of time. It's great to reach out, and it's also great to hear what other people have to say. For example, my prints that I make, I had no idea how to photograph my paintings and turn them into prints and make sure that they were high quality. I was paying to get my prints photographed, which, you know, if you're not selling a lot of prints at the start, it can be quite costly to have to pay to get them photographed, and then, you know, the prints and that on top of that as well. Yeah, so I've never learnt Photoshop before, and what I did was I actually asked the lady at the store who was editing and taking the photos of my artwork, how on earth did she take multiple pieces of my big paintings so that the photos were detailed, zooming in on the paintings, and then also stitching them together to make one big image, like a big jigsaw puzzle. Because, you know, taking one photo of like a 30 by 40 canvas or a 36 by 48 canvas and then hoping that it's going to capture all that detail, it's just not going to happen. And I had no idea how to do this, and she was more than happy to help me, to show me how to take multiple photographs of these paintings and stitch them together like a puzzle and have them turn into one image, so that it was a high detail photograph which I could then use to make prints of. Another example is probably about 2 years ago, and this is when I was first really finding that I really wanted to do art full time and was starting to get serious about it. And this was, I saw a lady at the market, her art business in general was just doing really well, and so I saw her husband at the market with their stall, like it's huge, it's impressive, and I was like, wow, like, you know, just started talking to him, and he's like, you should send her a message. And so I did. She ended up Skyping me and like giving me advice, and if I have a problem now, I will still reach out to her and ask her a question. Honestly, if you need help with something, or if you're not sure about something, ask questions. And even it's at your art store, you know, someone that is further along than you, just ask the questions. The worst they can say is no or not reply to you, but you know, you never know if they're going to be able to help you out or anything like that. Like, we all started somewhere, and most of the times, like, people are very happy to give you a hand. Which also brings me to, if you guys have any questions that you would like me to answer, leave them in the comments below, and I would love to make a video on it to help you guys out. If you guys are enjoying this video so far, please give it a like and consider subscribing for more art related content. I would really appreciate it, as I am a small channel, and yeah, really excited about making videos. And if you guys have stuck around this long, thank you so much for sticking with me. And the sixth tip today is, I know this might seem quite daunting when you're first getting started, but it's really not that hard. There's a lot of videos out there that can show you how to do this, and that is to collect emails. Like, honestly, this is something that I wish I'd done right from the get-go, but it wasn't something till probably like a year and a half ago that I started doing. And the reason why I think this is so important, not that, like, you know, emails are like the rage, but is that it's a way for you to contact people that follow your art, people that are interested in buying your art, and it's another way to get in front of people. Imagine if like Facebook disappeared or Instagram disappeared or something like that. Like, how are these people going to find you? And so having that email is just another great way to get in front of people and to have that communication and to, yeah, have that connection with people. Because I think when you first get started selling art, and I found that I was definitely someone who did this at the start, was I was thinking really short term. I was like, oh, like, I'm so excited to make this sale, and then I wouldn't think about anything else. It'd just be very short term, like, to make that sale. But like, what is important is to also build a relationship with the people that are following you, and just, yeah, continue to grow that relationship with those people, because they are supporting your art and loving what you do. So the more time and the more ways that you can get in front of your audience, the better. There's like that old saying that is, someone needs to like hear from you or see your product or something like that like 7 times before they will make a purchase. So the more times that you can get in front of people, the better. And that's it for today's video, guys. If you like this video, please consider subscribing and make sure you click that like, as it really does help support my channel. I hope you found this video useful. If you'd like to see some more tips for beginner artists trying to sell their artwork, I would be so more than happy to do another video if that's something that you guys would be interested in. So just let me know in the comments, and yeah, I hope you're having an awesome day, and I shall see you in the next video. Bye!